All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gimme 5. You're familiar with the fact that Rudy Giuliani made some comments and has caught you-know-what for them. And in fact, in my view today, backtracked on those comments in the Wall Street Journal, which I find to be very unfortunate. But of course, last week we played for you the soundbite of Barack Obama actually saying that President George W. Bush was unpatriotic. Rudy Giuliani from the beginning went to great lengths to say, no, I'm not questioning his patriotism. But Barack Obama, when he was running for president in 2007, talking about the budget or the debt, brought up the numbers and said, George W. Bush, and said what he's doing is unpatriotic. But see, that's okay. That's okay. Now, Josh Earnest was asked about this by Ed Henry at the White House press briefing on Friday, and I want you to watch.
Do you think the president has any regrets about saying President Bush was unpatriotic for adding $4 trillion to the debt?
And I don't know if sorrow is the word that I would use. I think
you said I feel sorry for Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, I do. I do feel sorry for him.
You feel sorry, but does the president have any regrets, regardless of what Giuliani said? As a candidate, Senator Obama said that President Bush was unpatriotic.
I think, again, I haven't seen the actual comments. I don't know if you have them there in front of you.
You haven't seen the actual comments. You haven't seen the actual comments? The whole thing is 20 seconds. So Ed Henry, guess what, does more or less have the comments in front of him and or paraphrase it, and here.
He said that the president, I'm paraphrasing this part, had added about $4 trillion to the debt, and then he said, quote, that's irresponsible, that's unpatriotic. Yeah. So I see a difference from Giuliani because he's talking about an issue, but nonetheless questioning the patriotism of the President of the United States.
Yeah. I think that what the President was doing was he was questioning the specific wisdom of that decision and questioning whether or not that was in the best interest of the country.
Oh, really? How about we question the wisdom? How about we question the wisdom of Barack Obama for the things he said about our Constitution, about Christianity, the apology tour, all the things that Rudy questioned. Having a fundraiser in the home of William Ayers, a domestic terrorist, etc., sitting in the church for 20 years with a man who says, not God bless America, GD America, and letting that guy marry you. How about questioning the judgment on that? That's what Rudy did. But you see, Rudy's a white conservative Republican. And Barack Obama happens to be an African-American, ultra-liberal, falling off the cliff Democrat. That's why this is an issue. The president questioned a sitting president's patriotism when he was running for that office as a U.S. senator. Giuliani is a private citizen. He's a private citizen. Obama was a senator. And when Obama was president, what did he do? Listen, watch.
We got to have middle-class families up in front. We can't... We don't mind the Republicans joining us. They can come for the ride, but they got to sit in back.
All right, so Republicans have to sit in the back. Here's one more before we get to 67. Here's one more where he called Republicans enemies to Latino voters.
And if Latinos sit out the election, instead of saying we're going to punish our enemies and we're going to reward our friends who stand with us on issues that are important to us, if they don't see that kind of upsurge in voting in this election, then I think it's going to be harder.
So the president, as president, the one who's crying now, said what he said. Republicans are enemies and they get a ride in the back of the car. Nice president. You see what Michelle Obama said back in 2008 on her stump speech from the New Yorker magazine? Let's put that up on the screen. Everybody talks about how she said she's never been prouder of her country till now. How about this one? Obama begins with a broad assessment of life in America in 2008, and life is not good. We're a divided country. We're a country that's just downright mean. We're guided by fear. We're a nation of cynics. A downright mean nation? Michelle Obama said that? How come you've never heard of that? How come no one ever talks about that? You know the answer to that, because we could talk about Rudy Giuliani, a private citizen. That's more important than the president or the first lady on the Steve Malzberg Show.